Alright, so now here I come with my yearly update, life update. I was thinking recently about recording one of these updates, and I finally decided to check uh, my channel to see when the last update was, and I realized that I have been doing them yearly. I didn't even realize that they were one in 2023, I think, 2024, 2025, and now we are in January 11th, 2026. So they are yearly now, I guess. Ooh, let me see. I have a little list here of the updates that I want to talk about so I don't forget anything. Maybe next year when I make the next one, things will be different. Um, if you see that my lips look greasy, it's not because I was eating anything, it's just an ointment to keep them hydrated, because one of the updates that I don't think I mentioned in the last one was just about work, was about my health. I think around February, March, I started having this skin condition like around my nose, around my mustache, and around my lips where my skin was getting really dry and it was peeling off like a snake. And I went to the dermatologist and she told me that it was like something to do with my diet, like a lack of vitamin B12. So she gave me some creams and some ointment for the area that was affected. And because my lips are usually very dry, the skin is always peeling off just because even before I had the little situation, and we are in winter, so the air is very dry, so I keep them hydrated. And also because the doctor gave me like a sample of the cream and the ointment that she told me to buy, and I went and bought it before I started the treatment. Like, she gave me the sample, and I didn't wait until I ran out of the sample to buy the other one. And it has been almost a year, and I still haven't run out of the sample. So the full on cream and the full on ointment are gonna expire before I get to use them. So I wasted that money. I could have done it with the sample. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, on topic, but not in the order that I want. A work update. So, just like I mentioned in the last video, the award that they gave me apparently is gonna be just like a rotating award, like they are gonna give it to whoever they think could benefit from it that year, because I said if it was based on merit, it could be me. But throughout the year, I noticed that there was another teacher that I think deserved it more than me, and he didn't get it. They gave it to another teacher, and that teacher was like one bad day away from quitting the job. Like, she's a good teacher, I love her, but I thought that he had put more effort in his job that year, and she was just quitting most of her regular classes. I think she only had one class on Saturdays in the morning, and then the immersion program. So maybe they gave it to her to keep her motivated and prevent her from quitting. So I don't know. She deserves to be recognized, don't get me wrong. But I thought that the award will be for that other teacher. I don't know. Just a thought. I'm not bad about getting it, about not getting it. Like I said before, I'm glad I got the first one. I can live with that. But now I know I don't need to push myself to be more than I need to be just to get the award. Like if it's meant to come back to me in the future, it's gonna come. And if not, then it's alright. What else? Oh, this cycle is gonna start on Tuesday. I feel a little bit scared because out of the four classes that I got, I have one advanced one and two intermediates, and that is exhausting because I have to uh, learn how to use a new book because I have never taught advanced, and those really say advanced classes. When I say advanced, I mean the one that are like from the intermediate forward can be a little complicated because um the students, most of them, they are like really good in English already, so you need to not only focus on them learning like the basic grammar and stuff, but you need to prepare really interesting and challenging and more or less long activities to fill in the time because you can explain vocabulary and grammar 5 minutes. So the rest of the class you need to give them something to practice that vocabulary and that grammar. Something interesting, not just boring exercise where they have to complete a question or something. So I'm not really good with activities like that, so it's gonna be hard. Anyway, anything else about work? Mm, no, I don't think so. For now, it's just that. My other job, I want to quit it, but it's too convenient to quit it without a reason. But the coworker that usually helps me is gonna leave, I think this week. He's gonna quit. And then I'm gonna be left alone. And the things that he does are things that I don't like to do, that I cannot do. But they're gonna fall on me. So, I don't know. Give me a second. Okay. Oh my god, these ads. I'm never gonna pay for YouTube Premium. Do you hear me, YouTube? I'm not gonna pay for YouTube Premium. I'd rather fight with the ads for the rest of my life, but I'm not gonna pay you. Anyway, so that's it with work. I don't think there's anything interesting. What else? Art update. I'd say this was gonna be a live update, not only work. So in the art department, I think I got my passion for art revived, came back to life a little bit. I still get frustrated because I cannot make my hands draw things that I see in my brain. I still need a lot of practice, but I feel more motivated to practice and I am pushing myself to practice more. So recently, in the last 2 weeks or so, I have been like trying to make time and push myself to practice, even if it's something horrible, even if I cannot draw a single stickman. I've been pushing myself mostly because I have had time because I was on vacation from my teaching job, so I had my afternoons free, my nights free because I didn't have to prepare classes, my weekends free because I don't have to teach on weekends. So since I had time, I say, hey, let's try to draw, and let's try to draw with intention, not just draw for drawing, but like I study anatomy, which is the main thing that I want to learn. I want to learn anatomy so I can draw people and characters. Hold on. The fuck? Anyway, so I study anatomy, I drew anatomy, and surprisingly, I think I got a little bit better. Like my flow with drawing got a little bit better, and I think I made some progress, a little bit, but it's better than nothing. So I'm feeling really, really passionate. Now I have to say, in these recent years, I have felt like I don't want to practice drawing the traditional way, like paper, pencil. I feel like for me that is over at the moment. I would rather do it digitally, especially because if I draw digitally, I can, for example, draw the base of a head, and then I can copy that 10 times, and in each copy I can practice, for example, drawing the face or drawing the hair, and I don't have to draw them individually. Like I draw one head, copy and paste, and then I practice over each one of them. And if everything goes bad, I can just erase and start again without having to waste a lot of paper and having to draw everything individually. Like for practice, I think it would be better digitally. When I perfect my technique digitally, then I go back to paper. But I have to buy a tablet, and I have been trying to do that for a long, long time. The problem is I don't know how to buy online. I have to go and get a credit card. I don't like going to the bank. I'm gonna have to get a credit card and then order it. So that is one of the goals for this year, getting the tablet. I also have to buy another computer because this one, sometimes when I turn it on, the screen stays all black, and if I want to use it, I have to connect an HDMI cable to a projector or the TV, and that is annoying when I'm preparing my classes or when I'm teaching. So I need to spend in a tablet, I need to spend in a computer, and I think I want to change my phone too because oh god, the storage in this day and age with cell phones. What are we going to do? I have never been able to have a cell phone with enough storage because iPhones are a scam, and Android, I never had storage because I would buy a 1 trillion terabyte SD card and put it on the cell phone, and in like a month it would get corrupted and everything will get corrupted, and I will have to reset it or change it. So I was, even though I had the storage, I will lose my all of my files, pictures, videos, documents, music. I got very, very intense. So there's that with art. I have been practicing. Oh, these are some of the things that I drew the other day when I was practicing. I am following this channel, this artist. I think it's Choman. He's a Korean artist. I like the way he draws a lot, and I practice watching his videos. They has helped me. I will show you another one that looks better, but it's on my phone and I am using it for the light, so I cannot really move it. Anyway, what else? Mm, okay, I have to do a lot of work in my room because we have some uh, filtration, and the rainy season was a couple of months ago and it destroyed everything. We have to break some part of the wall outside to take out some pipes so we can fix them so they stop leaking. And after that, I have to peel the paint from the walls, from the areas that were damaged with the water, and then paint them again in white, the base, and then paint them again with the color they want to give to the room. Uh, First, I wanted to paint them like green, but I realized that they don't match with the curtains that I have. The curtains are gray, so I'm gonna have to go first with gray, and when I get tired of the curtains, then I paint the room and change for a different color of curtains too. So, what else? My health update. Well, my stomach is very delicate. I cannot really eat spicy food or greasy food or some other foods that might upset my stomach because when it's bad, it's bad. So that's another thing. I already mentioned the skin thing. I am balding. That is why I have a hat. So yes, I have been trying to use minoxidil, but mm, it's not really doing much. I'm already too far gone. But hey, it is what it is. Oh, another thing. If you can see, I got braces finally. That was one of my goals for last year, and I finally did it. And I have been very happy with the results so far. Like my bottom teeth were all crooked. They were horrible, but now they are getting straightened. I only have like one here. I think you can see there's still a little bit out of place, but most of them already got in line. So I'm very happy. It's horrible when I get my little rubber bands changed or when they have to pull the wire back because all of my teeth and my molars hurt and I cannot eat anything. Especially even now because they put me something in my molars to keep them the bottom ones separated from the top ones even when I close my mouth to prevent my upper teeth from removing my bottom braces. So because my molars cannot touch each other, I cannot chew the food properly. So it has been very uncomfortable trying to eat in these days. But I have gotten used to it. I just swallow it. And I started taking fiber and my gut feels perfect. Very much recommend. Eat your fiber, people. Ads. And what else? Mention this, mention that. Okay, now let's go to the romance aspect. Number one, something that I didn't mention in my other update. Uh, you can judge me, but life is life. Last year, I started talking with my ex coincidentally on February 14th, and it was strange. Like, I can admit, people, you can judge me, but I still love that man. He doesn't deserve it. I don't deserve to suffer like this, being in love with him, but I love him. I cannot help it. It's a long story, but he was my first love, my only love. We were together this year. It's gonna be 10 years since we met and we were boyfriends. I have never been in a relationship after we broke up. Like, that is my first, my one and only partner. It's been 10 years single, and I still have feeling for him. Like, I am not head over heels like I was when we were together, but I have come to accept the fact that I maybe will always be in love with him. I don't necessarily want to be with him because I know what it is to be with him, and I don't want that in my life again. And maybe because I haven't been with anybody else after him, I haven't been in love with anybody else after him. That's why I think I will always be in love with him. But it is what it is. But anyway, I started talking with him again. Like, he responded to one of my um, pictures on Facebook, and then he sent me his number, and we started sending messages to each other, and at first it was kind of like a little bit intense. Like he seemed so interested in talking to me, and I was interested in talking with him because I had nothing else going on for me. And we message every day a lot. We talk very. How can I say this? The conversation had a really nice flow. We talked about multiple things. He seemed interested. I was putting interest because that's the type of person that I am. Then later, he went back to his old ways of first, he's really all over me. He talks to me like he wants to be with me. And then, when I start giving him the same energy back, then he becomes distant and he stops talking to me and he starts ignoring me and he starts acting cold. And he was like that, like he would be very lovey-dovey and then he will be cold, lovey-dovey, be cold, until I decided to stop caring about him because I know there's nothing for me. Like, I think around October, he had mentioned about like spending the night together, and then one day I caught him off guard and I say, "Hey, what are you doing after work?" He said, "Nothing." And I say, "Do you want to spend the night together, like you said the other day?" And he say, "Oh yeah." And then later he said, mm, he had to wait to see if his father was not using his truck so he could pick me up. And I say, "Okay, no problem." And then when he got home, he tell me, "Oh, my father say the truck is at the mechanic, so we cannot do it today. Can we do it another day, like next weekend? I can let you know." And I say, "Okay, no problem." And then after that, he stopped talking to me. Like, baby, aren't you the one that wanted to spend the night together? Didn't I offer you the night together? Like, I put it in front of you so you could take it? Like, take it, take it. Here's what you wanted. And then you say, "No, I can't." And then ghosted. So, what is it that you want? If you don't want that with me, why are you offering that to me? You can just be honest. Like, you are almost 30 years old. I am gonna be 30 years old this year. We're adults. Why are you acting like a teenager? That is one of the reasons why, even though I love him, I would never bring myself to be with him again. Because he's still the same immature person that he was 10 years ago. He looks older now. But here, he's still a child. And he cannot admit it. And you cannot tell him that. Because he's not gonna listen. And that is not my problem anymore. Um, what else? Oh, there is this guy that I have had a crush for a long time since I started seeing him on my timeline on one of my social medias, and eventually we followed each other in that social media and we interacted a little bit. One time we even talked, but because I am so insecure, I let the conversation die. And then we started following each other on Instagram. And one day during this Christmas, he talked to me. He responded to one of my pictures too, one of my stories. And one message after another message, and he invited me to make love. Let's say it like that for YouTube. And I said, "Let's do it." I mean, I didn't tell him that I have a crush on him, but I let him know that he is my type. And I never expected something like that to happen. But hey, it happened. Well, the invitation of this. Because the guy lives all the way to the capital, and where he lives, I don't know how to get there. And I'm very socially inept. I wouldn't be able to get there even if my life depended on it. I don't know how to take public transportation in the city or anything like that. So I couldn't really force it. Like I tried to do it, and eventually he just gave up. Like I told him we can do it this weekend because I'm free. I don't have to work, and if I had to spend the night, I could. And he said yes. But then when I say, "Are you free tomorrow?" Like the day that we were gonna see each other, he said, "Oh no, I cannot tomorrow." And then he said nothing else. And then I said nothing else because you're the one that offered to see each other, and I'm giving you the chance, just like my ex. And then you cannot that day, but you stop talking to me. So what do you want me to do? You are the one interested. You're the one offering. I can give you the space to do it. I can give you the tools to do it, but I cannot do it for you. And we didn't do anything. So that is another door that I closed for myself. Thank you very much. I need to do better, and I don't know how. And I hate myself for that. What else? Oh, lately I have been really, really obsessed with a series, something that I wouldn't believe if you told me that. Like, in these recent years, I have been really disconnected from any type of media like movies, TV shows, series. Like, I cannot bring myself to watch a full movie. I cannot bring myself to watch 2 or 3 episodes of a series because I just can't. Like, I get bored even if I like the story, even if I like the the, the series, the show, whatever. I just can't. I ended up dropping it. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I can. But heated rivalry, right? Excellent show. Give me 14 more of them. I love every single episode, and I connect so much to some of the things that the characters go through. Like, they represent so much of what happened between me and my ex, and the fact that I stuck with him again this past year. It's like, ah, why? Why is it so hard to be gay? Why is it so hard to be loved? Why is it so hard to be loved and gay? Why is it so hard to be gay and loved? But anyway, I love the show, and all of my timeline, all of my algorithm is just that show. Heated rivalry, heated rivalry, heated rivalry. They confirm a second season, and the author of the books that inspired the series just confirmed a third book. So maybe we're gonna get a third season. I just hope she doesn't ruin the story and she doesn't give them stuff like the characters breaking up, the characters cheating on each other, and the characters opening the relationship because I hate that. It is okay for gay people to be monogamous. It is okay for gay people to be loyal and not cheat on their partners. It is okay for gay people to have happy endings. Do you hear me? Gay people deserve happy monogamous endings with no cheating. Alright? Thank you. And I think that's all. This video is too long, but that happens when you decide to leave all of your updates for one video. So 30 minutes. I think that's all. I hope my earphones didn't give up on me and they recorded well, because I hate these things. This is the stupidest idea anybody could have had. Like, this thing runs out of battery very, very quickly. I don't know who thought that earbuds that run out of battery and you cannot use until you charge them are better than earphones that never run out of battery. Like wired earphones, they never run out of battery. Only if your phone does. So, run out of battery, don't run out of battery. Like what? And on top of that, when they run out of battery and you put them in the case is supposed to charge them. But if you charge them with the case and you try to use them again, the case is gonna have the red light here telling you that run out of battery. And when it runs out of battery, these don't work. If you want it to work, even though they are charged, because they charge with the power, you need to connect this, and once it is connected, then the earpods are gonna work. So even though they are charged, you cannot use them because you need to charge this. What is the point? I don't get it. The microphone is horrible when you are recording a voice note or when you are on call. What is the point? Like, give me my wired earphones back. Give me a hole in the cell phone to connect. This is so frustrating. The future was more interesting and beautiful back when we were in the 90s, on the early 2000s. The future that we're living now is horrible, is shit. Especially with all the AI bullshit. I hate AI. I hope you die. Bye.